because you're part of the family. But do some things where we make that connection and create teachable moments in the process as well. You know, teach by example as well. That you know, here's an idea. You got to understand that they're going to do what you do. If you're stressed out and the way you medicate stress is you pray, then they're going to pray when they're stressed out. If the way you medicate stress is you go buy a new dress, they're going to go buy a new dress when they're stressed out. They're watching you. They smell this stuff. You know, the old thing, I would rather see a sermon any day than hear one. And kids, that's how they live their whole lives. When our children were little, our oldest, who's now probably be embarrassed that I show this, but when she was a little bitty kid in preschool, the little teacher this was a brave little teacher, took each of these little kids and put their little feet in paint and put the little footprint on a little cardboard thing, and it looks like this. This is my oldest, Denise. And then they wrote across the top, I'm following in your footsteps. Now, if you put that on your office desk for a couple of years, it'll change how you act and react about just about everything, won't it? Because they're watching. They're going to do what you do. So you could teach and you can have all these speeches and all these other things. You can take them to all the Dave Ramsey stuff and all that stuff. But ultimately, you're running around borrowing money every time you turn around. Your kids are going to run around borrow money every time they turn around. That's what's going to happen. You are their family of origin, and you're going to bless them or curse them with that process. Now, as you're teaching them, be age appropriate in the process. You know, show them how debt works. Show them how to be debt free. But a 4-year-old doesn't grasp that. So, but as you're talking to teenagers, they get a little bit older, you know, talk to them about how insurance works. Talk to them about what a Roth IRA is or what a 401k is. Talk to them about taxes and voting and these kinds of things. You know, because you want to raise them that vote like you do, right? I mean, that's how that works. So if the children are very young, when you start out, just use a clear plastic container like this. And as you pay them, wad the money up so it takes up more room and stuff it down in.
Hola, quiero compartirles sobre de la primavera que comienza y cómo los árboles están blancos alrededor. Quiero que enfoquen eso, esa belleza de la naturaleza, que la persona lo han puesto, los árboles lo han plantado alrededor de esta carretera, y por eso lo estoy grabando esto. A mí me gusta mucho cómo está ahorita esta belleza de la naturaleza que cada año nos recuerda que comienza la primavera. Disfrútenlo. Gracias.
I gotta tell you, that was a character growing experience right there, to not buy what we went after because we didn't have the money. So I'm looking at those little eyes, it's celebration Barbie, man. It's a character growing experience for me. I remember the kid didn't even know because I had to go. It's like I mean, it's just another few dollars. I mean, aren't they sweet? Isn't this cute? That's how this works. Now, do I do that every time? No, sometimes I just step up and buy some fresh market. And other times, this is how this works. It is finite. There's only so much of it. You can get that in your spirit as you go on. You don't get everything you want. I deserve it. You don't deserve it unless you have the money. That's when you deserve it. That's how you want to transfer it. Just having big, cute eyes doesn't give you the right to deserve everything. We got people all over the culture trying to. It just doesn't work. So we use 3 envelopes at our house. We use the spending envelope, the saving envelope, and the giving envelope when we paid the little guys. And so giving, spending, saving, you know, what we would do is take that $5, those 5 $1 bills, and we would break them up into these 3 envelopes. And so we'd say, okay, we're going to put into giving, we're going to put $1 in the giving envelope, we're going to put $2 in the spending envelope, and $2 in the saving envelope. When we get ready to go do some giving at church, what do? You go get your giving envelope on Sunday and you take your money that you earned and you give your money. That's different than, oh, we're getting out of the car, walking through the church parking lot, I'm going to give you a little money for the children's church plate. That child didn't do anything. They were just a courier for your money. They don't receive any kind of lesson from that. They don't receive any kind of blessing from that. But when they cleaned up their toys and they fed the dog and they did the dishwasher, and then some of that money is given, their little character starts to change. And you know, they're more natural givers than you and I are. It's not hard to teach them to give, most of them. Okay? And you teach them to save money and to set some goals, and you teach them to spend money, and you do celebration Barbie or sort of kind of had a party Barbie or whatever you need to, you know, you buy whoever you can afford. That's what you do. And you save up that money and do that. So work the three like that until they get a little bit older. Now, when they get a little bit older, they're 13 to 15 years old, what we did at that age, 15, 16 years old for some of them, if they've been trained on this other stuff all the way up, and they've got these ideas of work.
Hasta aquí se termina. Espero que lo hayan disfrutado también.